so much for being here today. My name's Vera. I'm an instructor at Stonebridge Community Services, and that means my job is to help keep you motivated and moving. Today we're here at the Port Stanley Fitness Center with a program designed to help out our frontline workers and PSWs who are doing a lot of lifting and transferring. I know the toll that it can take on your body, so this program's for you. Even if you're not a PSW, I hope you'll join us. We have lots of great back, shoulder, and posture exercises that'll benefit anyone. So today, all I'm using is a water bottle, and we're gonna put all the exercises that we've done in the last few weeks together. So we're working posture, back, and shoulders. Let's start by lying down on our back. And then from here, we'll just have a little bit of a double chin. And then when you're ready, we're gonna let our arms come all the way up to the ceiling. Imagine somebody's got your wrists and they pull you up and then they let you go. So now the tips of your shoulders are anchored onto the mat. We have a nice wide base of support for our shoulders. And then from here, we're gonna let the arms come all the way out to the side like an airplane. Just gonna press, press, press into the floor. And now let's look down at the tip of the knees, and as we press the arms and hands into the mat, we're going to gently press the back of the head into the mat. So we're letting gravity really straighten us out and give us that nice straight posture. If you do feel any strain on your neck, if you do have forward head posture, you might want a little pillow there, whatever feels right for you. You should never feel a strain doing this. And relax. And then from here, we're just going to let our arms come overhead and make a snow angel. So come on down and up. When we were young, we never had to exercise because we did this kind of stuff every day. Just natural movement. And all the way up, little baby fingers are up toward the ceiling. Ribs are heavy, and we're going to reach just like there's something out of reach with one hand. See if you can grab it, and then way up with the other hand. You should feel a little bit of an opening through your lats. Those big muscles in your back, when they're really tight, they can inhibit that overhead arm movement and make it hard to get up there. If it does hurt to reach overhead, find your happy place. It doesn't have to be all the way up. And then from here, just that taking off the short motion up and around. And two. Let's go one more. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's just turn our thumbs out so that our palms are facing the ceiling. And gonna slide the hands down towards the feet and just see if you can turn your thumbs towards the mat. And relax. And open. And relax. Let's go two more. And now as you're pushing the thumb in, lengthen the arm out a little bit. So we're getting those shoulders out of your ears. And then from here, we're going to let one leg just fold up. And now your choice. You can keep your hand right here. Or if it's okay, it doesn't hurt your shoulders, you can put it behind your back to get a little more feedback. And either way, all we're trying to do is brace your abs so you feel a tightening here. And we're keeping that bottom rib pressed into the mat. So we're getting a nice base of support where our spine's straight and strong. And we're trying to keep that energy against your hands as we point the toe and start to lower that foot down towards the floor. And up. And two. Now if that's really easy, then you can take that foot even further away. So you kind of find that range of motion that you can go. And it's not ever about touching the floor. We don't care if you touch the floor. We care about how far you can go without feeling like your back is changing or arching. We want to be able to control the back and keep that abdominal brace so that you're not having any change in your back. And if that's okay, let's switch legs. Tuck that knee in towards the chest. You're going to brace the abs and press your bottom ribs either into the mat or into your hands. And then do point the toe and start to lower and lift. And again, you find that range of motion where it's challenging for you to keep your back flat. We want to challenge, but we never want it to move. We never want it to arch, because when it's arching, we're putting it in a compromised position. Perfect. And if that's hard for you, Stay with one single leg. So just go to one and work it for 4 or 5 and then the other. If you feel okay with this, we're gonna lift both legs up. So you decide whether to stay with that one leg or whether you feel like you can alternate back and forth. And again, not about touching the floor. We wanna find that range of motion that you can keep your spine straight and strong and you don't feel like your back's lifting away from the floor. And we're trying to stay nice and level through the torso, no rocking through the back of the hips. You want to make sure that you're breathing, so nice deep breaths. It's best to exhale on the hard part of the exercise, because when we exhale, we tend to tighten our muscles up a little bit more. 2 more. And last one. Perfect. Let's let the knees come to the chest. We're going to give it a little shake. And then from here, the arms all the way out to the outside, palms up, pressing into the floor, not only with our elbows, but with our fingertips as well. The whole arm's pressing down. $100 bill between the knees. Don't let it fall out as you let the knees fall to one side. Try to keep that opposite shoulder heavy, heavy, heavy. If anyone wants to make this a little harder, you can add a little straightening and bending to it and then come up and over to the other side. But if you find it really challenging to keep that shoulder down, try not to, or don't add on that straightening yet. You're not quite ready for it. So just rolling over, your choice whether you want to add that little straightening and bending. That's going to make it a little more challenging to stabilize. Up and down. Big breath in to roll. Breathing in helps decompress the spine. Exhale for the hard part. Big breath in, up and over. Exhale, little reach and tuck. Let's go one more on each side. Reach and tuck. Very last one. Perfect. Reach and tuck. Nice job. Bring the knees in, give it a little roll. And now if you're starting to feel fatigued, keep your hands on your knees to make some circles. If you're feeling like you're okay here, you're nice and strong, we'll take the hands out to the side and just draw some circles in the ceiling with your knees. And now if that's really easy for you, you feel like you can work a little harder, you can bring your legs all the way up. So we're still gluing the knees and the balls and heels of the feet together. Everything's glued. There's no room between your knees, trying to keep that connection. And pause and reverse. It sounds weird, but by squeezing your knees together, you're really helping to engage that inner unit. The inner thighs talk to the pelvic floor, which talks to your transverse, which is that deep set of abs that just wraps around us like a corset or like a back safety guard. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to tuck the knees in, give it a little shake. And now let's glue our feet together and let our knees come open. And now we're pushing the feet together. There's that $100 bill between our feet. We don't want it to fall out. Knees are in far enough that your back's nice and flat, but we're still trying to keep our tailbone on the floor. Try not to let that tailbone roll away. And then from here, we're going to just close and open. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Perfect. Okay, back together. We'll lower one leg and then the other. Let's get ready for some bridging. So walk the feet up towards the hands. If this is a hard one for you, keep your hands flat so your palms are down. That way you can push into your hands a little bit more. If you're good with it, palms are up. That way we're opening up through the shoulder girdle and we're opening the chest a little bit more and really working our posture. Little energies in the toes. Squeeze glutes. Up we go. Hold it there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Squeeze glutes, lift and hold. Try to push the thumb side of your hand into the mat. Open up through the chest and shoulders. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Remember, gripping the mat with our toes nice and flat through the feet. Up we go. Hold it there. 4 and 3 and 2 And just one more time. Down, squeeze glutes, lift and hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Nice job. From here, roll over to the side. We want to work those muscles between the ribs and the hips on the side. Very important when we carry anything with one hand. So scoot up a teeny bit. And let's zip our inner thighs together, heels and balls of the feet. And up we go, both legs lifting. Relax your neck. Hold it there for 4. Little poke test. Everything's tight here, especially below the belly button. 2 and down. Nice braced abs as we lift and hold. Relax the neck. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Up and hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Good job. From here, we're going to bend both knees in. Get ready for the clamps. Hips, belly button facing forward. Going to open the knees and close. Really trying to work those glutes. So think of this movement coming from the back of your body instead of from the front. Trying to really open, but we're trying to keep the hips and belly button facing forward. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Okay, from here, we're just gonna unweight the foot, bring the knee up towards your nose, pull your toes back towards your nose, and imagine you just kind of pushing that wall away with your heel. And then knee up towards your nose, and press that wall away. And press. So just working those muscles around the hip as we press and tuck. 2 more. Press and tuck. And on that very last one, we're going to keep pressing into the heel. You should feel long through your waist as we bring that leg forward like we're going for a walk. Point the toe and just opening up through the front of the hip. The sternum shouldn't move, so trying to stay really still through the body. Heels come forward. And then point the toe, reach, reach, reach. And heels forward. So again, really important exercise because all it's basically mimicking is walking. And when we start to age, we lose the ability to have that hip extension and we start to shuffle or we crunch up our back. So trying to keep things really long here, working within a nice range of motion through the hips and not involving our back or torso. 2 more. And last one. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's give that leg a little squeeze as we straighten the bottom leg out. And your decision, you can bring that leg behind, which is a little easier. If you do have a hip problems or hip replacement, back here is the better choice. We never want to cross the legs. If you're okay bringing it out in front, you'll sneak in a little figure 4 stretch while you're here. Bottom foot is nice and flat. And our knees are facing forward as we just lift and lower. And 2, and down. And 3, and down. Relax the neck. 5. And now come on up and we're gonna point and flex. And point, working that foot through that full range of motion or that ankle. Point and flex. 2 more. And now nice long point, all 5 toes. Let's come on up, 5 more. Inner thighs. Don't think of lifting from your feet. Try to lift from the joint where that movement's coming from. Last one. Perfect, relax. And then when you're ready, let's come right over onto our abs. And then from here, we're just going to prop right up on the elbows, pull the belly up away from the mat, and let's take our fist out a little bit wider to the side and see if you can feel that engagement under your rib cage if you tighten up. We're trying to just connect those shoulder blades to our body. And now try to stay a little bit tight there, but not putting a whole lot of tension through the neck. And then pull the belly button up again, and we're just going to point the toes, just move up a bit. And then just imagine there's an orange behind your knee, and we're going to juice that orange. So give it a great big squeeze. And as you're juicing that orange, just become a little heavier on the front of that hip and lengthen that knee away from your shoulder. So just trying to open up through the front of the hip. This is somewhere where we often get a little bit tight. And relax. Perfect. That other side, stay even through the front of the hips as you juice that orange. So we start with the toes pointed. That's a little easier. If you do cramp, just give it a rest, get out of it, and then revisit it later. The first few times you do it, it might be a little crampy. And then don't remember your shoulders, you're engaged there. You feel a little bit of tightness under your ribs, trying to connect those shoulder blades. Okay, let's do that again. This time we're gonna flex the foot. So this one's usually a little more intensity to it, so if it does bother you, just go back to that point. And we're gonna squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as we come a little heavier on that front of that hip. Because in a second we're gonna be lifting that leg up, and if your hip flexors are really tight, that's gonna wreak havoc on your low back. So it's best to stretch those guys out first. And switch, same thing on the other side. Just gonna flex the foot, squeeze that invisible orange, a little heavier on that hip, lengthen out through the knees. Remember, pull your chest up, belly button up, away from the floor. Hold it there and breathe. Relax. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's pop up onto our hands and knees. And now, if it does bother you to be on your hands and knees at all, you can lean against a countertop and just work on the leg extension part. So we want to tuck our toes in. Imagine somebody's going to give you that big shove. You're as strong as you can be here. And I'm going to show you something here, because we talked a little bit before about elbow position. If you have elbow dysfunction, often that elbow is going to flare to the front. So what we want to try to do without changing our hand position, so our hands are still facing forward, is to pull up and in. So just trying to get your shoulders in the right position so that we're not compromising them is half the battle. So again, just if you can, pull up into that position where the creases of your elbows are facing each other and not out in front. Okay? And then, nice and strong here, we're going to reach one leg out. And then we're going to just flip that beach sand with our toe as we lift up. And we're only lifting up high enough so that we don't feel any stress in our low back. And down. And 2. And down. And 3. And down. Again, if we've just opened our hip flexors, so that allows that lift to be a little more free. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Okay, gonna unweight that opposite hand. If you feel at all like you might face plant, keep that hand close to the mat, because we don't want that to happen to you. But if it's okay to reach that hand all the way out, so that now your hand's as far away from your toes as it possibly can be. And now I'm going to give you a couple options. You can either touch the floor and squeeze the glutes and lengthen. That's a little easier. Or we can try to sweep the hand to the knee and stretch it away. That's a little harder. So you decide which one's right for you. 2, and reach. And 3, and reach. 2 more. 4, and reach. Very last one. And reach. Well done. Come on down. Give your wrists a little break. And before we transition to the other side, I'm going to show you another little trick. If you do have a lot of problems with your feet, sometimes it really helps to reach your toes out and just sit back on them. Front of the ankles get exceedingly tight. So if you can do that sometime during the day, if you do have like plantar fasciitis type injuries, sometimes that will help. We're all different, it's worth a try, and it might just help alleviate some of that foot pain. Let's tuck in, and now we've got one more side to go. So elbow creases are facing each other. We're strong, nobody can push us over. Other leg reaches out. Flick that beach sand away with the toes, and down. And 2, and down. And 3, and down. 2 more. Last one, well done. See if you can unweight that opposite hand If that's hard, that's your exercise. Don't add on to it. It'll get better as the weeks go by. If you feel okay with it, reach, reach, reach. So your toes now as far away from your hand as it can go. And then we're just gonna either touch the floor and come up, or touch the knee and extend. You decide. 2, and reach. 3, and reach. 2 more. Almost there. Very last one. Oh, your back will thank you. Come on down. Nice work. Give it a little shake. Actually, let's let our knees go wide and just let the tailbone come towards the heel. Again, try to keep your back nice and flat if you can. And then while we're here, let's just grab that water bottle I talked about. And we're either knuckles up's a little easier, thumbs up, you're going to get a little more shoulder opening, and just roll that water bottle away from your tailbone. And then pull that tailbone away from the water bottle. And you can come down to the elbow for this if that's a little easier on your wrist. And we're just going to roll, roll, roll. So you're pushing, you're pulling with the tailbone, you're creating length and opposition and really opening up those tight lats. So just breathe, breathe, breathe. Find your tension. If it bothers you to hold your neck up, you can put your hand under your head or let your head rest, whatever feels right for you. Just a nice long stretch. If it hurts to go overhead, go more up to the side. Switch sides, so we start in the box position. Either knuckles up's a little easier, thumbs up with a little more intensity, and then see if you can pull your tailbone away from the hand and roll the hand away from the tailbone. Really nice stretch for those tight back muscles. And just breathe, breathe right into the back of your rib cage, right where you feel any sort of tension. Perfect, and relax. And then while we're here, I am going to sneak in a few push-ups. I know most people hate these guys, but basically, as we get older, if we fall down, we need to get up again. And if we're lifting, we need a lot of arm strength. So just again, rolling the feet up. I like to get off the knees, spine as straight as you can, cinch the waist, and then just lower yourself down to the floor, and then push yourself off. And down, and up. Only 3 more. And up. 2 more. And up. Very last one. And up. Nice job. Let's bring our head over to the other side. We've got one more side to go. So again, room for that little trail of mice to go under your waist, heels and balls of the feet together, legs are zipped up as we just lift and hold. Hold it there for 4, be as long as you can for 3, and 2, relax that neck, and down. And up and hold. Relax, 4, and 3, and 2, and down. And up and hold. Relax the neck. Breathe. Abs are tight. And down. One more time. Up and hold. 3, 2, and down. Perfect. Tuck the feet in. Hips forward, belly button forward as we open. Squeeze glutes and down. And 2, and 3. Halfway there. 3, and 2. Last one. Perfect. We're just going to unweight our foot and knee and just bring that knee up like you're trying to touch your nose. Pull your toes right back to the nose and push that wall away. And up. And press. And up towards your shoulder. And press it away. 3 more. 2 more. The very last one. Perfect. And now we're going for a walk. The heel comes forward, point the toe. Nice long arch. Upper body's as still as it could be. If you put your hand right in the middle of your breastbone or sternum, there should be no movement through the shoulders, heels and toes. And if that means a smaller range of motion, so be it. Really important that we keep that spine straight and strong. Last one. Perfect. Little hug. Bottom leg extends. And then when you're ready, with control, either behind or in front, trying to open up here, foot nice and flat as we lift and lower. Relax the neck. And 3. And 4. 2 more. From the inner thigh. Last one. And now flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. One more time. Long toes. Point as we lift and lower. 2 and 3. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. 3 little circles. 2 and reverse. 3 and 2. And relax. Well done. From here, let's just come on all the way up to seated. And you can sit however you're comfortable here. And even on your sitting bones, shoulder back behind the sternum, both hands all the way up. Push, push, push up. And then we're just going to bring our hands back behind our head. A little bit of a double chin. Pie in the face, elbows widen out. And relax. Pie in the face, widen those elbows. And relax. 2 more. Pie in the face, looking down at the floor. Want to keep a little bit of a double chin when we do this, so we're not overextending or working the vulnerable part of the neck. And then from here, we're going to bring our eyeballs from looking at the floor up towards the ceiling, just wherever it's okay for you. Breathe. Open, open, open those elbows. And then down, take your gaze back down to the floor. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to just let our hands fall down to the shoulders. Bring your elbows to the back wall. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And relax. And now just some circles. And reverse. 3 and 2. Perfect. One hand down, one hand all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Open up through the ribs and hips. Push down on the sitting bone and create that lengthen opposition one more time. And last stretch all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. And down. Reach for the sky. Thanks for being here today. Really glad that you joined me for this session. Come down, take a bow. Well done. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.